Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Uh, it's been a couple of weeks since I've ridden the Goldwing because it's been raining like crazy here, on and off. So I haven't really had a chance to ride the wing with work and whatnot. So just trying to get it ready for Sturgis. I was gonna take the Harley, but the Harley's almost got 25,000 miles on it. It's been through a few trips, so I want to take the Goldwing. That's why I bought it. I bought it at this time, so maybe I could take it. So going over to Southern Powersports Honda in Tennessee, about an hour and 15-minute ride. I need to get some gas on the way, but we're gonna head up there. I'm gonna have one or two things done. Hopefully they can fit me in. I was gonna go in the morning, but it was raining. So let's see how that goes. I'm gonna talk about some stuff along the way, my experience with MMS, Mountain Motorsports, and talked about some of the accessories that I've already installed. So stay tuned, and we'll be on our way soon. All right, here's the Panda Express in all her glory. So just a quick walk around. I haven't done much to it, and I don't think I will do a whole lot to it. I think I only have one or two things I just want to do, and that'll be it. So let's start from up here. I did install the action mount. I've got my camera up there, which is really nice, easy to install, but the issue is that the cover, that cover right there, they stopped providing. I did not know that. I wish their website was updated, because I've bought a couple of things and I feel like some of the information or details are missing. But I mean, I didn't watch any of his videos, and I don't think I should if I'm buying a product unless I really need to. But this, apparently in one of his videos, Max said that he's going to provide as long as he can, which is fair. And I wish I had just known, but luckily I have a friend who had some, a little bit of better skills than me, so he cut all that up. Otherwise it would have, it was a longer piece. There was another tab going in here, so that he did to make it look nice for me, so that worked out well. But yeah, that mount is pretty darn good. The quality of the mount itself is A grade. I mean, the quality's, Traxxion Dynamics does have quality stuff. I'll say that. There's no points knocked off for that or anything. So a cup holder here for the trip. I don't think I'm gonna have this on very long, but it depends. Got the perch mount, the ram ball, the 1-inch ball, not ram, but 1-inch ball style perch mount. The only problem is that you notice the other half, the what do you call this? The brake master cylinder clamp, the other half fell down here. Even after I had a cloth here, it still went through, fell down, and I heard it a couple of times bumping against something, and it's gone. I spent 3 hours with a good friend of mine yesterday with mirrors, with crazy tools and a camera, a snake type camera, could not find it. No idea. Shook the bike heavily, couldn't find it, and rode it, can't hear it. It's lodged somewhere, and I hope it doesn't destroy a whole lot of things. But Gold Strike pedals, highway pedals, and did get this extender, like a shoe extender or whatever you call it, for the side stand, from Traxxion Dynamics as well. What else have I done? Actually, the only other thing I can think of is this. This is from Honda, so I just got the OEM one. Didn't want to mess around with any of the other brands, so the OEM one looks good, fits good. But now I have noticed that it sits a little bit lower on my back. I wish it was like this much taller, just like maybe a couple of inches taller. That would support my mid to lower back. But you know what, it works. It's not bad. I don't regret it at all. What else? That's actually pretty much it. I think I'm debating on whether I need a luggage rack back here. I mean, I do like the looks of it without the luggage rack, but I might end up getting a luggage rack. I did get all these little, wing stuff, carpets and whatnot. They were much cheaper than the OEM version. I did get this from eBay, OEM version. They were, I don't know if they were good price or not, but they seemed pretty reasonable. So got this over here. I did get an OEM Honda bag from eBay as well. Somebody was selling that. I think it was like about the same price as the OEM one, but I was getting it quicker, shipped to me quicker, so I got that. And then a couple of these tidbits here, like this stuff, the pouches on the side that attach on, and then the bags. I think these are the Hopno. I don't know if I'm messing up the name here, but these are the ones from Wingstuff, the really soft bags that fit in there, which is good because one side can have my rain gear and whatnot, and the other side, when I travel, will have some clothes. Got a bag for the trunk, like I mentioned, clothes there, and then a dry bag back here. And I think that should be more than enough for me for the trip. A couple of things I did notice, which I want to mention, is that, there is this, the Gold Strike on the right side can go one notch further versus the left. I don't know what it is. But I don't know if you can notice that. But this is exactly on the same notch, and look how close it is to this piece right here, the cover for the engine guard. And then over here, I can easily go one notch. I can put my finger through. So I am not sure what's going on with Honda. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not, but I have noticed that the left side does not fit the same as the right side, especially here. I don't know if you can see this, but you see the engine guard cover right here. This is from factory now. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in. You see how flush it is on this side, and you see how it's coming out from this side? Yeah, that's how it was. That's how I got it. And that's what's happening is these the engine guards hitting against it, and it's causing issues. So yeah, I don't know if you guys experienced that as well or not. Let me know in the comments below. Also, one final thing from Traxxion Dynamics I did get was the engine case guard, and I'll talk a bit about that on the way. Let's go ahead and hit the road, because I've got an hour drive, hour and 15 or 20 minutes. So I want to get there at a decent time, and hopefully they can still do some work for me. All right. Let's see how this recording goes. Either it's going to be a success or it's going to be a failure. Why I say that is because I purchased a new camera, the GoPro Hero 12. I think they're about to come out with a new one, so they've got some discounts on there. So I figured, let me snatch one before they're gone. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad I did. I think they're on sale now for about $100 cheaper than what they used to be, and it works out for me, because I hate paying full price for anything, to be honest with you. So yeah, on our way to Southern Powersports. I'm using that mount for the first time as well. Make sure it's shaking a little bit. Hopefully it smooths out on the video, and I hope the sound is good too, because I've connected to my 8JC helmet, the Cena that I have on the 8JC helmet. So I'm hoping that way everything is good as well. And yeah, I mean, it's a gloomy looking day, but I'm hoping that rain holds off just enough for me to get there. So backrest I put on there had it adjusted forward, and that was digging into my back. I adjusted it back quite a bit, but now that I'm wearing a jacket with a level 2 back protector, so it's, I didn't account for the half an inch or so, quarter inch, half an inch thickness on the protector, so I might have to go back a little further. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm pretty excited, man. I've got 264 miles on the bike, so it's not like I didn't ride it the first day or two, but after that it's been parked. Nothing. So a couple of things I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed that, if you own this, the Goldwing with this kind of seat, which is like a weird looking, I don't know if it's vinyl or what material it is, like a marine, like what you find on boats and stuff, the seat, but it scuffs up really easily. I've got one scuff from my shoe. My first time getting on there, getting off of there, I scuffed it up with a shoe, and it's still there. I can't, for the life of me, get rid of that scuff. So, yeah, that's a bit disappointing. I mean, I don't know how, no idea how, because I don't even touch this panel, but there's already a scratch here, a pretty deep scratch right here, and that's just a bother. So, I mean, luckily I can't see it when I'm riding, but if I adjust the angle, then yeah, I mean, I can see it. So that's a little bothersome. I don't know if there's a solution to where, if there's some sort of an ointment or not ointment, but like some sort of a liquid something that'll fill that in, or I'm not sure. Any ideas on what I should do here, or just leave it alone? Because I mean, if I have to leave it alone, I'd probably just leave it alone and not mess with it. But yeah, I mean, I had this cup holder on the right, and then I decided to put it on the left side because I can't for the life of me find a mount for the DCT on the left side that has a 1-inch ball. I don't know if you guys find it, please send me a link. Please, because I can't find it. Right now, my CarPlay works like a charm. It was overheating because the box gets hot. I didn't get the foam piece from the Mountain Motorsports, upon delivery of the bike. They have since mailed it to me. I just didn't get it, and the phone got really hot. I didn't know how hot this center box gets, so I got something from Amazon. There's only one product. It's like a lining for this. It's pretty thick lining. It's actually pretty good quality. I think it's by the company called Pinnacle. I can't remember. So that works really good. The phone has not heated up yet. I think it's got pretty thick insulation, and a really nice 20 or 30 bucks spent, I think, on that, because it keeps everything cool in there, and I haven't had any issues, and vibration dampeners and whatever you want to call it. So it's got pretty thick foam as the wall around it. So I'm very happy with that. I forgot to mention that. I forgot to show that to you, but I'll put a picture up here somewhere, and I'll throw the links down on, not that you need the links. I mean, these are all very common stuff, but I'll throw the links down of everything that I've purchased. So let's, while I'm on my way there, let me go ahead and talk a little bit more about my experience of purchasing the bike. Won't waste too much time there, because there's a couple of things to be noted that I was disappointed in, and then I want to mention that there's a couple of things that I want to praise them on as well. So it's I want to be fair, and I want to let you know how my experience was. This is my experience. This is, I'm not asking you to sway your decision making based off of my experience, but I am just letting you know what my experience was. So as far as the salesperson goes, top marks. Her name's Tanya. Tanya, thank you. You were great. If you're going to go to the Mountain Motorsports in Conyers, have a chat with her. I told her I wasn't going to pay any junk fees, none of that, and they weren't willing to put a whole lot of discount on the price. So I said, hey, do what you can do. This is when I was in Texas, I got a price from there, and I said, this is what I got from Texas, and they're about 1% shy because of the tax. Tax is a little bit less there. So I said, if you can do this with the Georgia tax, I'll buy from you. And she went back, and maybe about a couple hours later, she said, yep, the GM said all good to go, you can go ahead and get it. So I've called many dealerships, And even from this dealership, they had quoted me about 1700 higher. And I think all what they did was they pretty much kept the price the same, added the tax, and sent me on my way. So hey, any bit helps, right? I mean, I told you in the first video, I'm not the kind of guy who'll say, I saved $1 million, I got the best deal in the world, because you'll have plenty of YouTubers out there who are going to say, I got the best deal, I can't believe the deal I got, and this, I got it for free. I mean, I don't know which world they're living in, and I'm sure they probably did get a good deal, but what do you consider a good deal? I always say, if you're happy with the price that you're paying for an item, that is a good deal, period. So whether that's a dealership giving you $500 off or $1,000 off, it doesn't matter. As long as they will not sell you a bike if they're not making money. Let's just put it this way clearly. So if they're making, you know, they're going to give you a price that you're happy with, that means they're happy with that price too. And as long as you're happy with that price, I think everybody is happy. It's a win-win, because the business is going to want to make money, obviously, right, to pay the bills and pay their expenses. So I just say that, hey, whatever price or whatever, you know, you're happy with is a good deal. So I considered that a good deal for me, because I called a lot of dealerships and nobody's, first of all, budging on the price of the bike. Nobody. So all they're doing is they're adjusting their junk fees that they put on there. I mean, I called this dealership and they were straight up like, I can't remember from the top of my head, so I think it was around, I don't know, $2,400, $2,300 straight up. They said, oh, it's a Goldwing, so anything that price range, it's this price. I'm like, really? I mean, what's the breakdown of it? You know, oh, we don't have the breakdown. It's just, this is what we charge on top of it, which includes everything. So they were trying to hit me with a Honda surcharge fees. I'm like, excuse me, what surcharge? Like, Honda has a surcharge. I'm like, no, they don't. You know, Honda does not have a surcharge, because I checked their website, and usually when they have a surcharge, it says it on the website. Because I don't know if you remember, during COVID, they used to have a $1,000 surcharge, and they mentioned on the website $1,000 surcharge. So anyway, so they took care of me on the price, you know, and I thank you for that. The GM, I don't know his name, I'm sorry, but the GM did, you know, worked with me, and I thanked him before I left for working with me. He thanked me for the business, and yeah, both of them very nice. Financing, I've not had the best experience with finance people at Mountain Motorsports, but when I bought my Riker, if you haven't seen those videos, have a look at those. And partly I would say, I guess that would be my fault, but you can't blame a customer when they're excited about to make a purchase, and you're not walking through the paperwork with them, and you have the totally wrong interest rate. You know, that was a whole story that you can listen to those videos, which they fixed, by the way. That GM, who's no longer there anymore, DJ, super guy. I wish him the best of luck, and wherever he goes, if he is providing a service to customers, that guy has my business. So this time I was pretty straightforward. I called them up, said, hey, one inquiry, I don't want 10 million inquiries. American Honda Finance. They had the best interest rate, and I missed it by 10 days. They raised their interest rate by 1 or 2%. I was kind of pissed off at myself, but I wasn't ready to buy. I couldn't find anything back then. So, but still, it's better, you know, it's better. It's about half of what my credit union is charging, which is shocking. Credit union is so expensive. I was really shocked. So it's a one inquiry, American Honda Finance. That's it. I have no issues. I have no doubt it'll go through, because I know my credit was great, and I had no issues that it'll go through, and it did. They didn't even argue with me. They didn't try to sell me anything except the warranty. I saw the warranty, and the warranty was, you know, it was a little bit expensive than I remember Cruiseman talking about it, but of course when he was talking about it, it was like 5 years ago, so it seemed a little expensive, but still so much more reasonable than the Harley warranties. Let me tell you, I never bought a Harley warranty, and my God, and thank God I never needed. I mean, it's got 25,000 miles on it, knock on wood, no issues, you know. So the extended warranty seemed expensive, and I could swear I thought these Goldwings came with unlimited mileage warranty, but if they did, they don't come with the unlimited mileage warranty anymore. I'm not sure if I just heard it wrong all those years ago, but now the Tour models come with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. That's it, which is still a lot for me. I mean, I don't even think who knows? But I don't know if I'll ever do 12,000 miles a year on this bike. Who knows? Maybe I would now that I have a Goldwing. But so if they used to be unlimited, not anymore. Not anymore. What else? So they're now 12,000 miles a year, and the non-tour model is 1 year. So, wow, I can't imagine. I can't imagine why they would have just 1 year for a non-tour model. I mean, the bike is practically the same. No idea. So I'm sure they have a good reason for it. So the extended warranties were like $1,400 all the way up to, like, I think 5 years more, or 4 or 5 years more. I can't remember. So I don't have to buy it now, obviously, and I will go ahead and get that before the 3-year runs out. Or if I find a good deal somewhere, I'll get it. So if you guys know any place where I can get a decent deal on a warranty, extended warranty, let me know, and I'll keep them in mind. At the moment, though, I don't think I'm going to buy it, because I've got 3 years on this and 36,000 miles. So I will wait until this one is closer to the end of its warranty. So a couple of days later, I went back, because if you saw my last video when I picked it up, if you haven't, I'll put the link up here. The TPMS light came on right probably when I got on the highway, and it stayed on, and the rear sensor was not reading the tire pressure. Rear tire pressure sensor was not reading, was not reading anything. The front, after we filled, was not reading anything, but I checked the air, so they clearly did not even check the air on the tires. They were low front and rear. So filled those in, and the front started registering the PSI, but the rear didn't. So it was a bit annoying. They told me to go to any Mountain Motorsports, they'll take care of it. So I was going to go to the Marietta one, but I said, screw that, let me just go to the Conyers. It's another 30 minutes away from there in the morning for me. So I said, let me just do that, because, or 30 or 40 minutes away. So I did that because they would give me preference versus the Marietta store. They might not give me preference. So went back in there. I forget the person's name who helped me out. I think it was Jake, or I'm not sure, but he took care of me. Super nice guy. Told him what the issue was, and I was a little upset. They didn't even fill it with gas. He's like, I've got you covered. 20 minutes in and out. They took care of the sensor, filled it up with gas, and I was good to go. So yeah, I was happy about that, at least. So they did redeem themselves. I told the sales lady they never put the foam piece in, and she ordered me one, and I just got that a couple of days ago. So that's good. They're doing what they're taking care of me, and I like the people who have taken care of me. But man, it's the second time I had to go. I had to go take time off and get these things fixed. So if they would have just followed through with their quality of work, like before handing over a motorcycle, they should have a checkpoint, and I'm sure they do. And if they don't, they should. And if they do, they failed to follow it. They only did less than a mile was on the bike, so they didn't even do a test ride, nothing. So before handing over a bike, somebody really needs to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. So that Mountain Motorsports story is over. They took care of me. I'm happy. No issues with them. I just feel that when you are a multi-brand store, things get lost along the way. So like this Chattanooga store here, or not Chattanooga, but right before Chattanooga, the Southern Powersports store here is just a Honda store, and I feel the level of service and quality you get from them will be different than from a multi-brand store. And I feel, I haven't dealt with the Honda store much, but I bought some parts. I feel they would have the same kind of an attitude, you know what I mean? Amazing attitude. Because I went in there, I said, look, I just bought a bike, a few hours ago, and I was gonna buy some parts, and they're like, did you buy from us? I'm like, no, you didn't have it. And they didn't, because they were my first choice, and they did not have the color and the DCT without the airbag. They had a couple of models with the airbag, and then the rest were all manuals. So yeah, so I couldn't buy it from them. I said, I'm sorry I didn't, but it's okay if you don't want to, hook me up or anything. But they still did.
And the best part is they hooked me up. Like I was very pleasantly surprised. I mean, shook their hands, thanked them a lot, acknowledged the fact that they didn't need to do it, but they still did, and I was very happy. That's the kind of little things that, you know, win you customers. Not to say that Mountain Motorsports didn't have that deal. You buy a bike from them, they were offering 10%, and I was happy. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And you know, it didn't work out. They didn't have a lot of the parts and whatnot, and they don't keep a whole lot of stock. So, and I'm not from there, that city, so I said, well, I'll just go here. And I'm glad I did, because they gave me 15% off for being a new motorcycle rider. So, very happy with them. Now I'm going back because I need one thing installed. I'm not mechanically inclined, and I need like a 12-volt accessory installed, and I have to, you know, drill a hole and whatnot. And as much as I would hate somebody else drilling holes in my motorcycle, it's better them than me, because if I do it, I am surely going to screw something up. So a couple of things I bought from Traxxion Dynamics, and while I will mention how amazing their products are right off the bat, and you can tell they are quality products, they are well, you know, designed quality products, no doubt. I saw that the moment I held the couple of things that I bought from him, which is the action mount and the engine case guard. Everything goes in, no issue. The brackets, the plate goes in, not a problem. Now when I come to put the center cowl, you know, the center cowl between the two engine you know, cases, or whatever you want to call them, the plastic covers, the center cowl goes down and inwards, and it just wouldn't fit. And I'm going to put some pictures up here so you can see, but I thought maybe they changed the shape of the cowl, because have a look, this cowl is not symmetrical. As you can see, the cowl is, the angle, the curve starts off, and then it's totally different on the other end. It's a more aggressive and more, it comes out a bit more. So this is like if you're laying down on the floor and looking up towards the bike. So the side of the cowl that comes out further was hitting the bracket and pushing everything forward. Now you notice the other side is a much less aggressive, so what was happening was the right side fit in just fine, no issues, but the left side, because the cowl was, you know, the cowl's shaped a little differently, it was pushing everything outward, and the left side obviously was off by a few millimeters. And at the time of installation, you don't realize that, and you're pushing everything in, and it fit, but with some pressure, and we're like, something's not right, and it broke off some of my plastic tabs. You know, those were a joke to begin with. So I don't know if that's something Honda changed, or in the later years, or if it's the same. You can let me know in the comments below. But what we had to do was cut it, obviously. So we cut it, and then what happened is that piece went in flush, you know, over the bracket, and then everything lined up well. But my point is, I haven't seen a lot of his videos. I have not seen a single place in his video where he's put a bike back, and I'm sure I missed it. I've missed it. I'll say that I'm stupid. I must have missed it, but I haven't seen a single video where he puts it back and it lines up. Everything lines up well. Matter of fact, I've even heard him say once that it doesn't line up well. So yeah, I mean, that's not an issue, but I don't have any tools. I'm not inclined. Thank God I have good friends who are way smarter than me in installation and have the tools necessary in their house. That they have workshops in there, and they made it work, and it works like a charm. Same person who helped me out here, you know, and took care of that. So my point is that I wish that there was something to let me know that you would need to adjust this. You may need to cut it, you know, something like that, so I would be mentally prepared. There was nothing of that sort, and we were, what should have been an hour worth of installation or less turned into few hours, because we were trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and one by one, deducting or deducting from the steps, realized that it's not lining up properly. So, you know, then I replied to the salesperson saying, hey, this thing doesn't fit. I broke off a couple of tabs. You know, if you can, take care of me. If, you know, not, whatever. It would be good if you can. and the salesperson was pretty short with me on the email. Not short in attitude, short, like two-liner email saying, hey, Max said that they've sold hundreds of these to 2024 Goldwing. Something was wrong with your bike. That's it. And I said, really? So and this is after I sent him a detailed email with pictures that I showed you, and he just writes me a two-liner back saying something was wrong with your bike. Okay, fine. Somebody that works for Max, I would imagine, would be curious, because I feel like, you know, they have this curious nature. They have this nature to be a knack to be able to not rest until they figure out why. Yeah, until they figure out why or what the problem is and how they can solve it. That's the nature of Max that I can gather from his videos. So I would imagine a salesperson would have said, that sounds odd, that shouldn't be the case, and you know, we haven't had any issues, but why don't you bring the motorcycle in, let us have a look at it, maybe we can figure something out. Nothing like that. After the second email, I told him, you know, and then he said, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be short on the email, but please, yeah, bring it in. Max said, I'm like, that's cool, yeah, I'll bring it in, thank you. I said, look, at the end of the day, I don't want a free handout, I don't want anything from you. I'll just curious why this is happening to me, and if it's normal, then it should be in the instructions that, hey, you may have to cut this, or at least put a paper template there so we can tape it on the cowl and cut it like really nicely and perfectly, because we had to do it freehand, and eventually second time around my friend really cleaned it up and it looks fantastic, like it's from factory. So that's all I wanted them to have a look. So I would go up there one day to pick up this action mount, and I missed Max McAllister by maybe 10 minutes, but I was going to chat with him, show it to him. It was raining, so I couldn't take my motorcycle. So I met one of the installers, and I won't say the name because I don't want that guy to get in trouble or anything, but super nice guy. Says I installed these, hundreds of these, and I've never had any issue. I'm like, but what about the cowl? He's like, oh yeah, you got to cut the cowl. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, oh yeah, I mean, he gave me some ratio, I forget, like 7 out of 10 bikes that he's done, he has had to trim the cowl. I'm like, well, thanks for letting us know. I mean, it would have been nice had you let us know about that, or put it in the instructions or the video or something, that hey, you will have to trim the cowl. I would not have broken tabs on my left side, and now they don't, you know, they don't fit properly either. They're off by a millimeter or so, 2 millimeters, but you can see from the right versus the left. But hey, that's okay. I mean, I'm not worried about that. So I was like, well, I wish you would have put that in your instructions or directions or something. But yeah, I mean, just a little template would be nice. That's it. I mean, other than that, the product's great. You know, I mean, I would still recommend it. It's 100% solid, and it's just a couple of things I bought. There's just not enough clear, like just a little, you know, I bought some stuff from Wing Stuff, and you know, they have detailed instructions and whatnot, albeit sometimes you read the instructions and you're like, what, did we miss a step or what? But they have pictures there. So I mean, I just hope that there's some instructions, or just wanted to caution you that if you buy the plate, which I think you should, because it is an amazing plate, the engine case guard, if you buy it, get ready to trim the cowl piece in order for everything to fit properly. That's basically the point of what I'm trying to say when it comes to the engine guard from Traxxion Dynamics. So, but other than that, there's nothing negative about Traxxion Dynamics. Their products are A grade, top notch. Just didn't have much of any instructions. I guess probably to save cost on printing anything on a paper, since they have videos out on YouTube. So, and that works because there weren't any instructions with this mount, and I just watched a video and I was able to go ahead and install it. It was super easy. You know, 3 bolts, I think that's all it was like 2 or 3 bolts, that's it. So anyway, so that's that. And other than that, the bike is doing good. Looks like I'm going through my first little sprinkle or rain. So yeah, I mean, so far so good.
All right, here at the Southern Honda Powersports in Tennessee, and let me show you around. I'm gonna pan slowly because a lot of times I do that so quickly and people tend to get sick or something. I'm not sure, or at least have trouble with their eyes. It is a huge store. You know, last time when I came in here, they have these stacked up, these ATVs stacked up, or whatever you call these. I call them ATVs. They had the Goldwing stacked up 3 high, just like that. And they had like 30, 40 of those, like everywhere over there. But now it looks like they sold out of a lot of Goldwings. I wish they had the Goldwing I was looking for. I would have bought it from them, 100%. But you know what? Next light. I love that guy's attitude. He was laughing, smiling, giving me. Next one for sure is gonna be with these guys, 100%. They're amazing people, man. I mean, it's almost like the experience I had when I bought my Harley. So anyway, still waiting. Got a luggage rack. Got a that 12-volt accessory. I have to take the plastics off and everything. I'm not ready to learn that. So they're very reasonable. Their labor rate here is way cheaper than in Atlanta, I'll just say. And I hope they don't raise it. Don't tell anybody, otherwise they'll raise it. But yeah, their labor rate is like 100 or 110 per hour, which is like 40 to 50 bucks cheaper per hour than in Atlanta. So 100%, affordable compared. Because I mean, look, if you have a 2-hour job, you're saving almost 100 bucks. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and then once they're done, and I'll show you what I had put on the bike, and then we'll call it the end of the video. All right. So I got this installed. I don't know what that is, but it seems to be coming off. So it probably just needs a good wipe down. And got the 12-volt installed. Needed that. So in order to get that, they had to take these plastic panels off and whatnot, and had the tender. They just put that on, no charge, which is good because all that bit cost a little bit of money. And I mean, not too crazy about all the scuff marks that are left on there, especially on this piece right here. But they'll buff that out next time. I showed it to them. But other than that, I mean, I get it. It's a bike. It's gonna get scratched up and scuffed up. But I want to be the one to be doing that. So you know what? I'm actually glad that I went with this, because I thought it wouldn't look good, but it looks pretty good, and I wouldn't mind putting one extra bag on top if I need to, with just the rain gear and whatnot. So I'm pretty happy that I got that. It doesn't look bad at all, actually. I thought it would look bad, but I got the one without the light. The one with the light was way too much more expensive, so it looks good. Let me know what you guys think. This is from Gold Strike, I believe, so not bad. Anyway, I'm gonna head back, so appreciate you guys joining me for the ride and getting all this done. And if you like the video, please give me that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit subscribe, share, and comment. And until next time, ride safe.